We are recording. Happy Friday, everybody. You all made it through the week. Amen. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. So I put in Thrive Army to bring a pen and paper. A lot of people know about the SMART goals. There are some new people on here that I've been seeing and thought maybe that they didn't know what SMART goals are, or they've never just wrote them down. So I figured that we could do this today. So S is for specific. Now, I want to back up real quick. So every time I think of SMART goals, I always think of that song by Michael Bublé, Love. L is for the way you look. You know that song? Okay. So when you think of that song, I want you to place the word love with SMART, and it's going to be stuck in your head for like ever. See, Sue Ellen singing it. So it's just a fun way to, it's a good song. It is, it's catchy. So replace love with SMART, and it's going to be stuck in your head, and you're just going to have so much fun when you write down your SMART goals. So S is for specific, getting detailed with your goals. Vague goals are not going to help you take action required in order to see real progress. So example, we say that we want more customers. That's pretty vague, right? So let's try writing down like, I want 6 customers this month. That's pretty specific, right? So when you write down your specific goal, be really specific with it. M is for measurable. So 6 customers this month. But what good is it if we don't know whether we are on track or not, right? So keeping up with the Trello board, Jordan did a video on that with having her own separate board, putting like her auto ship orders on there, her minis, all the information that she needs. So if you are a computer person, a Trello board is amazing for that. And keeping up Notepad. Like if you are old school, Notepad is awesome. That's Tracy all the way. She has like 1,000 of them. And then if you are like Google Docs, like that is another good one too. Find something crafty with that. Like Jordan, she is really, really good at Google Docs. So if you want to get into that, ask Jordan. She will help you. I'm sure of it. And then writing down your new customers this month, right? So you want 6 new customers this month. So make sure you're keeping up with those customers, whether they are referrals or you're bringing them on your own, right? A is for achievable. We don't want our goals like a walk in a park, right? That's just too easy, but they need to be more achievable. So your homework today is to write down the resources that are available to you, and then how many hours are in a day and how many hours you have or that you are available, right? So I'm gonna help you out, okay? Because I'm nice, I'm friendly. There are 24 hours in a day, okay? So run with that. You have 24 hours in a day. So be example for me, like I get up at 6 a.m. and I go to bed around 10 p.m. And I know for a fact that I have 3 hours total for power hours, right? Because I break up my power hours throughout the day. I have 3 of them. That's 1, 2, 3, 3 hours. So you already know that part. And then like through the week, I give myself like 5.5 hours through the like every day to be able to like what I'm available and working with and whatnot. And then the weekend, 7 hours, because you're staying up later, you're finishing content, you're going through inventory, you're thinking of promos, you're making up minis, you're doing this and that. So most people are more available on the weekend and they have a little bit more time. So that's why I give myself a little bit more hours during the day, night, morning, whatever, on the weekends. And if you know that you are busy, noon through like 3 o'clock, like get up a little bit earlier to be able to knock that down. Because, when you wake up early, you're going to feel really good. You're going to feel like you're going to achieve everything if you get it done before like 10 or 11, right? So be honest with yourself, and you don't have to work all day, but this will help achieve your goals. R is realistic. So we have a specific, okay, sweet pea. So we have a specific goal. We believe we can achieve it with some hard work, and we know when we get there. All right, I'll be there in just 1 minute, okay? And we'll get it together. I got a package, y'all. I got 2 more people. All right. So we know we have a specific goal. We believe we can achieve it with some hard work, and we know when we get there because it's measurable. Yay! So now make sure it's realistic, right? Do you actually want to work on this? So make sure you're thinking when you write down your specific, your measurable, and your achievable. Are you going to actually work on this? Will you commit yourself to it? Right? We have to make sure that these are realistic, because if they're unrealistic, then you're not going to be able to get your goals done or get them achieved. Okay, who has heard of Jessie Lee? Everybody, hopefully, on this. Okay, I'm glad. So I don't know if you all heard her latest podcast, but I was listening it to this morning. I believe it's her latest one, where she kind of goes deeper into her life, right? How she got to where she is, like all the setbacks and what she's achieved and all that. We all know that she grew up in a really small town in a domestic house, and she was getting picked on, made fun of throughout her middle school, high school, you know, all those terrible years. And so she was able to, her Nana had raised her. And then she went to college. She had a full ride scholarship. She didn't have to pay for nothing, but she still worked 3 jobs. Like, she was bringing in like a lot of money by herself. Whenever she got out of college, she went back to Maryland, into her small town, and I can't remember the job that she got, but she got a job in her small town, and she was living in a basement, and she had to, she was only making like $35,000, I think, a year. She had to pay her, where she was used to not paying anything. Now she has to pay for gas, a car, her electric, her water, her food, and all of this. And she's going more into debt, and people, you know, was proud of her because she went to college and stuff. But when her leaser had said one day, like, you, or next month, you know, $300 is going to be added on to your rent. She's like, what? $300? That's a lot, right? And so she's like, well, where am I going to come up with $300 extra? Like, that is nuts. And it is. And so she had found some lady online. I think that's how she found her. And she started doing a work from home business, right? So she did this for 4.5 years. And she went not door to door, but she went to like strangers' houses. And this is how she got so good at public speaking. She went to strangers' houses 6 to 7 days in a week, right? 7 days is a week. Every day she was doing this because she knew, like, she had to have $300 extra. Like, she couldn't afford not to go. Like, so she pushed herself. She was hungry. I'm not talking about like you're craving some cereal or like a bagel with some peanut butter. I'm talking about being hungry for success. So she knew what she had to do. And then while and remember, guys, she was, you know, made fun of back in high school, but she still went to these strangers' houses 6 to 7 days a week. So it took a lot for her. And she even says it made her feel uncomfortable doing it, right? Like, that's how we are when we go live. Like, sometimes some of us feel really uncomfortable doing it. Like, I still do sometimes. But she did it anyways because she knew what she had to have, and she was hungry for it. And she knew like how her life was before, and she didn't want to be, you know, struggling, right? So then she ended up finding network marketing, and then she got into network marketing, and fast forward, like, she is a multimillionaire. Like, she brings in like 200,000 a month. It's crazy. That is awesome. So be realistic with your goals. Be specific. I'm not saying that you guys are going to be like bringing in $200,000 a month. Okay. I'm not saying that, but if you know what you need out of a check, If you are knowing that if your why is big enough and you are thinking of your why, you're going to be able to have realistic goals. Your reason is going to be specific and you're going to be able to achieve them. And you're going to have a way to do it, right? And if it does not align with your vision, with your life, then it's unrealistic. Think about whether you see yourself taking these specific steps, actions, and doing the work required. So picture yourself, whatever you write down, picture if you see yourself doing it, right? So we know that Tracy wakes up at butt crack of dawn. She's waking up her roosters. It's not the opposite way. She's waking them up. And she stays up on Sundays till like midnight, 1 o'clock, and she gets back up early, right? So make sure that they align. And then T, finally, let me mute Toby, I'm gonna mute you. So timely, set some deadlines for your goals. Example, you hit a rank, right? Say you hit 12K and next month you hit rank again. Like it was literally like an hour before it closed out, before like it starts all over again. Okay, so now make a deadline. If you want to hit rank again, I want to hit it 2 days before the end of the month. So be timely with it, set a deadline, because when you set a deadline and you see it, when you hang it up wherever you are, like in my kitchen, I have a whiteboard. When I write down 12K or 40K, like I want to make sure I hit it on like a deadline. I'm not 40K guys, but when I get there, but 12K, I want to like hit it a day before the end of the month, because it gives you like that extra, like it gives you that hype inside of like, I did it. I actually did it a month before, or a day before the end of the month. Like, this is so exciting. Imagine what else I could do, you know? Let's see. Okay, so that's all I had for your SMART goals. And some goal setting tips. I have 10 of them. Dedicate the time, right? So time block. And remember your homework assignment. Remember your homework assignment and write down how many hours you have in a day and how many hours are you available in your day, right? So you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to overwhelm yourself. And if it helps to write down like what time you get up to what time you are done for your day, whether it goes day by day or whatever, write that down. That way you can kind of understand like how you're going to be able to do whatever you need to do to get that specific goal done. Right where you can see it. So like for me, I really do need to take a picture, because I do have one in my my bathroom. I have a little setup where I have like 12K. And then I wrote down, make sure you do your IPAs, because that's where I do a lot of my work, except pee a lot. So, so write down where you spend most of your time, right? In the kitchen, in your bedroom, in the potty room, in the living room, whatever. That way you can see it. By the TV, like if you are sitting down and watching Netflix, like if you have not done your work, you should not be watching Netflix. So put it up by your TV. That's another good idea. Wow, I'm on a roll. So focus on your why. If your why is not big enough, then if your why is not making you like cry whenever you hit a goal and you're like, oh, I did this for my babies, or I did it for whatever, then you need to find a different why. If you're not pushing yourself outside of your limits, if your why is not doing that, then you need to pick a different why. And then 4, set goals that take you towards your dream life, right? Being specific, being realistic, being achievable, being measurable, being timely. Set it towards your dream life, whether it's getting out of debt, a new house, Piggy Island, or going on a vacation or something. Like, make sure it aligns with your vision. Review past goals and your performance, right? You must be butter, Dakota, because you're on. I like that one. Okay, distracted me. Yeah, review your past goals and performance. So if you wrote down a goal last month, go back and review it. Did you hit it? If you did not, think of why you didn't hit it. Did you not time block better? Did you not actually find time to be able to do RCMs or IPAs? Did you not plug into your upline? Did you not do interviews? Did you not do specific things to be able to hit your goal? So go back to your past goals and kind of look over them and see if you hit it. If you did, like, that's awesome. Ensure that you can make a plan to meet them. And then 7, implement your habits, right? So your habits is being consistent with everything. Like adding people, time blocking. I say time blocking because that's really, really important. In the morning time, you get your personal development in, and then you make breakfast or something, and then you do your power hour with Tracy. And it's awesome when you have somebody to do RCMs with, because you're being accountable for yourself, and you're actually sitting down, and it's really hard to self-discipline. So try to make that like a habit, make yourself do it. So when you sit down and watch TV, make sure you think before you get all comfy with your bowl of popcorn and turning on your binge watching TV shows. Did I add 5 new people? Did I connect with my upline? Did I get somebody in 3-way? Make sure you think of those, or did I sell a mini, or did I talk to this one mini person and ask how their day was? Do I have some in my backpack or my purse for tomorrow? Things like that. Make sure you sit and think about it before you watch your TV show or read a book or whatever. And then break them up. So break up your goals, of course, if you want to do it like weekly or hourly or however you want to do it. Prioritize, like I said, back to Netflix again. I'm sure you guys can see that I love Netflix, and I am one of those people, but I do make sure I have my stuff done. So make sure you prioritize. Let's say if you have if your kids go to like baseball or something, right? Make sure you get whatever you need to do done before you have your kids' baseball practice. Or if you had such a busy day and then you have your kids' baseball practice, make sure that you put in whatever time and energy you have afterwards, or stay up later, right, to be able to get all that stuff done. So make sure you prioritize, be smart about it. Like I said, you don't have to work all day. Just know when that you can and you cannot do it. And when you can do it, your time is very, very intentional. And then find accountability. So if you are having a hard time, connect with somebody and then work together. Even if you have like, a half hour to sit down and do RCMs, and that same person has that same time, get on a Zoom. And Zoom is literally free unless you want to upgrade for like an hour. So find your accountability partner. And then lastly, go team. Hoorah. Like, you guys are awesome, and I believe you guys have like a really good, smart goal list. And just remember that to be really realistic with it, and connect with your upline. Always be honest with them, and just let them know like what you can and cannot do. And with leadership skills also, like plug in a Zoom. Y'all, I hate talking to people. I'm sure you guys can get a sense of that. Like, I'm super awkward, and Sue Ellen's shaking her head. I really am. And I was very, very scared, very, very scared to do Zooms. And I was always scared because of my kids. Like, that was my prime excuse, was because my kids are here and they are crazy sometimes. And they get up all in my zone right here. And I mean, I'm sure you guys seen last week, I was pushing their heads out of the way. So make sure that if you are fearful of that, do a time where your spouse is home, or get with somebody and to do a Zoom, because it's not only going to make you accountable with things that you're doing, but it's also going to help you grow with your leadership skills. And yeah, so that's all I have. And does anyone have any questions? That was long. Nobody? Going once, going twice. I would like to chat with the full timers. How do you plan your time? Who is full time? Who works? Anybody? Anybody work full time?
Like an actual job? Sorry, like like going out of the house or
yeah.
like...
So yeah, if you
Oh,
have
okay, yeah.
a full-time job, how do
Okay.
you get yourself situated and to be able to get your stuff done?
Oh man. Well, right now I'm like on maternity. Sorry, my baby's in the back. I'm still on maternity leave, so I am like trying to figure it out how I'm going to. I'm probably gonna have to wake up earlier, so that I can get everything done, plan my day, and I'm gonna mute myself because my baby's just going at it.
You're fine. You're fine. All right, Toby, I seen that you work full time. How do you make sure that you get your stuff done?
I get up at about 4:00 in the morning or 4:30 in the morning already. And so I just push it back in an hour and I get up at like 3:30 in the morning on the days that I'm working. And I'm intentional with my time because I know when I get up, my wife is going to be doing her makeup at about 4:30 and she ain't going to want to go all the way into the kitchen to get coffee. So I break out her coffee and I'm on my groups already. I probably already done 5 RCMs before I even bring her coffee. And then I start getting ready for my day. We're usually out of the house at about 5:45 promptly every single day. We are leaving the garage. So since I got like 3 days off, because of the work schedule change, it's a little easier for me. So what I do then, I get up at probably about 15 minutes or 20 minutes after my wife leaves. So that's about a little bit after almost 7:00. So I'm still getting up early, but I still get to sleep in because I'm usually getting up at 3:30. So when I get to work, I plan my day and or the Zooms that we have if I can, or if I'm not that busy. The last 3 days or 4 days have been absolutely just ridiculous. Anyway, but when I take my first break, I jump on a Zoom or already got the Work With Me Zoom going. And I generally tell the people who are around me that I know like to aggravate me and come into my space. And I'm serious. I work with a bunch of ruffians. So I usually tell them, hey, I'm going to be on a Zoom. Do not bother me. Do not talk to me. Do not come in my day, right? For at least 15 or 20 minutes. And then I just structure my day around that. So I might get caught up ahead, a day ahead on whatever vehicle that I'm working on. So I can actually the next day have more time to be on a Zoom or, do a one-on-one or do my RCMs or whatever the case may be. But I have it all planned out like every single day. Like I've gotten better. It's been like the last 2 months that I've actually really started doing that. So I wasn't doing it all that well before those 2 months, but my goal is to hit like 12K, man. I got to hit 12K. So, I mean, to do it, you got to put in the work. Ain't nobody going to give it.
You got to do what you got to do. Thank you so much, Toby. I hope that helped Denise out. I think she said thank you. I love that. And I know Alicia, before she quit her job, like when she was taking breaks to go potty, and she would sit down and do her RCMs and IPAs and stuff like that. So just find your time, wherever you can to be able to do that stuff. And like Toby said, even I myself, I was like a horrible planner, and I never really planned until I got organized when I hit 4K, but I never actually like sat down to plan until Tracy started doing her scheduling Zooms, and they help out like a lot because I am such a squirrel-headed person, and I do have kids, and then I do have chores. So being able to know like when your busy times are and just schedule around that is the easiest way for me, at least. Does anyone have any questions?
I think I need to hop on one of those Zooms because I'm good at planning things out, but then like I don't write it down. So like I forget because I have 3 kids and they're all under 4. So it's like I just forget. So I really need to get better at writing things down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Courtney too. She I don't know if she carries it everywhere, but she does have like a notepad, and when she thinks of something, she just goes ahead and write it down. Like it's literally like everywhere. It's not even like line on line on line. It's like a note here and a note here and a note here and a note here, you know? So maybe if like you can like get a notepad and like keep it on your counters or something. And so when you are like thinking of some like idea or you needed to do this, you know, write it down. I mean, it doesn't have to be neat. You can, you know, go back whenever you have time and then make it neat, you know.
Hey, and one other thing in conjunction with that also, especially when you get an idea, we have our phones with us all the time, and there is a notes section in your phone. I do this like all the time for like inspiration for reels or TikToks or something like that. I generally just go straight to my notes and I jot down what the idea is, and then later I can come back and I can find it and then, you know, walk it out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that.
Okay. Yeah, that was a good idea. I don't know. I feel like I use technology, but I don't use it to my advantage, which I really should.
You're fine. We all have those struggles. I use notes on my phone for everything. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't think that. I have like my links. If I don't go to Trello, I still have my links on my notes, but just found out you can make folders there too. That's pretty cool. They're getting so nifty with this technology stuff.
Yeah, so on the notes too, you can take pictures, and I also text myself a lot of stuff. So if I'm out and see something I like, I just send it to myself, and then those little things too. Because I have like 3, I don't know what jobs I have, so, but I'm in my car a lot and doing stuff with crews a lot, so I'm on my phone waiting on them a lot. So I mean, I've got to get better at scheduling like set times, but
right.
Absolutely.
I mean, hey, that worked out for you.
I was just about to mention that. I'm glad that she said that. Listen, I have even wrote like whole posts out for the next day or the next post that I was thinking of. I'll just get inspired by something and then just, you know, type it out real quick, and I'll find a picture and I'll put it in there and make a little folder, and boom, I can just throw it up anytime I want to. It's a good way. It's a good way to keep content. You know what I mean? Like when you do it like right on the spot and you put it in your notes, and then you're like, oh man, I can't think of what to do for content. Boom, pull it out of your notes, post it. There you go.
That's what I do too. I do mine on Instagram though, because I have my Instagram and Facebook connected. So I'll put the picture, like if the kids and I are going to do something in the park and like we took a really cool picture and I'm like, ooh, you know, and I have like a good post for it, I'll quickly type it up while I'm at it, and then I'll save it. And then whenever like I feel like I'm not like inspired for the day or I change my mind about something, I'm like, oh, I can post that. And it really helps. Like if you have the time, do that. That way you're not like sitting there and struggling what to write. Because, you know, when you're inspired, you feel really good about it. And if you're not feeling inspired, you know, you're not going to want to post anything. So always keep those on hand. Good ideas.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Okay. I am not computer savvy. I work on a computer all day and I'm on my phone all day, but can you plan your post and then have them timed out where it sends out later?
Yeah. What's that app? There's an app.
I think it's called Later, isn't it?
Just be careful doing them. It can kill your algorithms because you're not using the actual platform.
Okay. I don't use it, so I don't know that, but yeah, there is that. Just so be mindful. I guess maybe.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, and I'm saying this, but I haven't actually made it like work. I'm still working on it. Let me put it that way. But that's something Tracy keeps telling me, schedule your post. And I've tried the Later app and it's not working for me. So the second idea is to go ahead and do it in your Instagram and act like you're going to post it and then back out of it and save it as a draft. And then set an alarm on your phone So when it's your afternoon one, your alarm goes off, you just go right back into your Instagram and go ahead and post it. So maybe when the alarm goes off, spend 5-10 minutes doing IPAs, and then you've already got your thing done.
That's what I was gonna say as well. One thing that I have done before is like I go in and let's say like I think of something like, I don't know, like I have a newborn, so like let's say midnight. I go and type it in, I save it on my notes, and then I just kind of like copy and paste, and you know, and I publish it or whatever. So that's another thing.
Yep, just make sure that when you do it, that your algorithm is set up like you interact with a lot of people. That way they are able to see it. So somebody had said Tailwind app is another one as well. I don't know if you wanted to check that out. All right.
We also use Google Docs. Jordan uses Google Docs a lot and taught me that. So, because you can type them on your computer, which is nice because you can see it all. But then on your phone, copy, paste.
Yep.
Add the picture. So. But.
Yep. There is a lot of ways. And what is it? That Calendly app thing too. You can, it's like a reminder app is what it is. And if you know you're not like busy that day or something, like set a reminder that, okay, I need to come up with like some content for some later days or something like that. So that's also another idea too. Like if you're not super busy on like a Saturday or a Sunday or throughout the week, just give yourself time and maybe take some pictures or some like post ideas, and then whenever you get your picture, you can just copy paste from your notes and then put it to the picture. All right. Anybody else have any suggestions or questions? No? All right, kudos. All right. I have one last thing before I let you guys leave. All right, everybody, raise your hand. Okay, raise your hand high up in the air. Okay, now bend it backward and pat yourself on the back. Did good getting on the Zoom. Proud of y'all. All right, have a great day. Bye.